Hello, everybody, and welcome again to another edition of Sports Predictions. We are your hosts, Movie Master Mike
and Boston Boy,
and we are back and just as mediocre as ever with Week 18 of the 2014 NFL season, the first weekend of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. This is exciting, a Saturday and Sunday of football. But before we get into the playoffs, let's do a recap of Week 17. In the first game, we had the Bills and the Patriots, and we both picked the Patriots,
of course,
and the Bills won 17-9. But we didn't have any of our starters besides Brady out there.
Even him first half only, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit of the third quarter, I think, but
maybe, I can't remember. I was barely watching it because I was like, it doesn't matter. They knew it didn't matter.
Preseason, yeah.
Yeah, so, but Brady got sacked a million times.
Yeah.
And then even Garoppolo got sacked a million times.
Right.
And like I said, I was only really half watching because I wasn't feeling too well that day anyway. But I don't think Garoppolo did all that great.
Yeah, he impressed me in the preseason, but it wasn't didn't bring his A game.
Yeah. So we got that game wrong. The next game we had the Browns and the Ravens won 20-10. And
sure, we both chose the Ravens.
Yeah, we both chose the Ravens, so we got that one right. Next game was the Bears and the Vikings. The Vikings won 13-9, and we both chose the Vikings. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At home, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Cowboys and Redskins. I'm pretty sure we both picked the Cowboys, and they won 44-17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
although Redskins, for a while, it seemed like they were playing a good game. But
yeah, very beginning, but then they kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but then the next game we had the Jaguars at the Texans, and the Texans won 23-17, and we both picked the Texans. They're obviously a better team.
Yeah.
Although for a while it seemed kind of like the Texans were going to lose.
Right.
Next we had the Colts and the Titans, and the Colts won 27-10, and we both picked the Colts on the road.
Right.
Because the Titans suck. Next game, Chargers and Chiefs. And the Chiefs won 19-7.
Yeah.
Wow, we both picked the Chargers. We thought they'd have more, reason.
Drive, and that one, I was actually kind of disappointed for the Chargers, but...
Yeah, me too. I mean, I'm glad the Chiefs won because I like them too, but...
Yeah, I'd say I like them better than the Chargers. I don't know how I was rooting for the Chargers, but...
I was rooting for the Chargers because, if the Chargers won, they got in, and the Ravens didn't.
Not.
And for the Ravens to get in, all kinds of few things had to happen.
And
the
Chiefs happened.
The Chiefs had to win.
Right.
That's one of the things that had to happen, and the Chiefs won. So it kind of helped the Ravens, which sucks, but good for the Chiefs. Next, we had the Jets and Dolphins, and the Jets won. We both picked the Dolphins.
And I almost picked the Jets in the last second. I was like, no, I picked the Dolphins.
The Jets.
Fuck the Jets.
I remember that. That was cool. But I was like, yes!
But I was wrong.
The Jets. But
I was right at first, but yeah.
Yeah. The Jets won 37-24.
By the way, Geno Smith had a perfect passer rating for this game. Can you
really?
believe that? Yeah, crazy.
Wow. Rex Ryan's last time as a Jets coach, you got to win. So that's pretty good.
He got fired.
Yeah. All right, next we had the Saints and the Bucks. We both picked the Saints, and they won 23-20.
Although at that point it didn't matter.
Yeah, both these teams were just not going anywhere. It didn't matter. So next we had the Eagles and the Giants, and the Eagles won 34-26. And we both picked the Eagles because fuck the Giants. But for the Eagles to enter the playoffs, a lot of things had to happen, right?
I think they were out last week. Yeah.
Oh, really? They had no chance.
Yeah, I think once the Cowboys won and they lost, they were out.
Oh, okay. Well, that sucks for them. Next was the Panthers and the Falcons, a very important game because that was really the only, besides the AFC North, it was the only one determining who's going to win the division.
Right.
So the Panthers and the Falcons. The Panthers won 34-3. I chose the Panthers. You chose the Falcons.
Yeah, and the Panthers, man, they found their way, and I guess we'll talk about them in a moment. But Falcons, wow, did not show up at all. It sucks.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. All right, next game we had the Raiders and the Broncos. The Broncos won 47-14, and we both chose the Broncos, so no surprise there. Next we had the Lions and the Packers. The Packers won 30-20, and we both chose the Packers. And then there was that whole thing about Sue stepping on his leg, and first he was suspended, then it got reduced to just a fine, so he played in the playoffs. And we'll talk about that too. Next we had the Cardinals at the 49ers. We both chose the 49ers.
49ers won.
They won 20-17. With our third backup quarterback in there, there's just no way we're gonna.
He threw his first touchdown of his career, so good for him. But
I mean, they scored 17 points. Remember, it was either 7 or 14 when we looked at the score and we're not going to score after that.
Yeah.
And we did. We got to 17 points, which it almost won the game. It's 17-20. So Next, we had the Rams at the Seahawks, and the Seahawks won 20-6, and we both chose the Seahawks, so
yeah,
they got the number 1 seed.
And lastly, I think I went Bengals at Steelers. I believe I went Bengals here. I think you went Steelers.
Yeah, I think you went Bengals. I went Steelers, and Steelers won 27-17.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew, last game of the season, spotlights. The Steelers are a tough team, so I saw it coming. Yeah, so we both got one.
I think I got a few extra wrong than you, but
we both got 3 and you got 4 because you picked the Bengals.
Wasn't there one more?
And you got 5 because of the Panthers.
Oh, that's right, Panthers and Falcons.
So we both got Patriots. We both got the Jets over the Dolphins. We both got the Chiefs over the Chargers wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you got 3 wrong. It's not a bad week. 5 for me.
3 out of all 32 teams played, so 16 games.
Mm.
All right, we'll move it into Week 18, the first wild card weekend of the playoffs. On Saturday, we have the first 2 games. The first one, the Cardinals at the Panthers.
Yeah, Cardinals, Panthers. Like I was starting to mention, I think the Panthers have kind of found their way. I think what happened to Cam Newton, maybe a brush with death or like a potential for tragedy, may have kind of brought them together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Because really, since then they've played better, and despite he screwed his backup Cam Newton, I feel like he's also probably as healthy as he's been all year. Because I know he started the year injured, so.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals, earlier in the season, I would have said hands down Cardinals, of course. The Cardinals have been riddled with injury. Really want the Cardinals to win this game.
I know, me too. Me too.
I don't know what more I could say. I mean, do you know the status of the quarterback with Stanton? Is he coming back or not?
No, I don't think it's Stanton because he has to get there was that infection or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not. I
know that the word was that he had the infection. It wasn't looking good, but then Bruce Arians came out and said that he was on track to start for the playoffs. That was before last weekend game, so I haven't heard recently.
Yeah, I haven't heard. I'm pretty sure they're still going with one of their other backups, but
yeah, I mean, if
I haven't heard anything else. So
yeah, if he was starting, I'm sure it would be big news, and I would have heard. So
yeah,
without him, as much as it pains me, I have to go with the Panthers here at home, which is also that's something we were talking about earlier. I mean, Panthers. What's the record again? It's losing. It's 7-8-1. Yeah, so. They're hosting the Cardinals, an 11-5 team.
Yep.
Which is, that's the NFL, how it works, until they make a change. But nonetheless, I think they are a better team right now, and I got to go Panthers at home.
Yeah, I like what you said about the, his car accident or whatever, bringing them together, because Cam Newton's always been all about himself, he's Superman or whatever, posing, and
right.
He's number 1, all this stuff, so I think that, it might have brought them together, and that's kind of a good thing to bring up.
Yeah.
And they're just playing a lot better football right now. They beat the Saints and the Falcons, back to back, right? I believe so.
Right, yeah, Saints and Falcons they did, yeah.
Yeah, week 16 it was. No, the Saints lost to the Falcons. Who did they play?
Browns.
They beat the Browns. Okay,
17-13, yeah.
So I mean, they got a few wins in a row under their belt, so. I think they won 4 in a row, didn't they? I think that's what I heard.
So, yeah. No, they've been playing better.
Yeah, and then the Cardinals, with their quarterback, all year long it's been, next man up, just get in there and play your best, and it worked for a while, my God, 11-5.
Even the way as decimated as they are, they're still in these games, 17-20,
Yep, yeah, exactly. These backups, they are professional quarterbacks,
Right.
So... they play football. They know how to play football. They're there in practice every day. They might not get as much practice or as intense practice or whatever, but now they obviously are.
Yeah. Now they're at the first round.
Yeah. So I can see this being a really good game. The cat and bird, but
bird may fall prey to the cat.
Yeah. Sadly, I'm going to have to choose the Panthers. They're playing better. They're at home. And I think we might get into more detail if we have time at the end to talk about the playoff structure. But I think the Panthers are going to win at home against a crippled Cardinals team.
All right, well, moving on. We second game on Saturday is Ravens at Steelers.
Ravens and Steelers. Wow, this is a good one. Both teams are good. Flacco's obviously a good quarterback. Won the Super Bowl. Has been to the final, the AFC Championship a few times.
Yeah.
Last year was the first year he didn't make the playoffs, huh?
Yeah, I think he's actually one of very few quarterbacks who made the playoffs. I think his first 3 seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I mean, he's a good quarterback. They're a good team. When they do play well, they play really well.
Mm.
Then the Steelers, the big bad Steelers. Big Ben, he's a big guy, he's got a big arm, makes some good games, like those 2 back-to-back 6-touchdown games. I mean, that's ridiculous. Man. And that one dude, their receiver, that guy's, he's crazy good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, the running back, Le'Veon Bell.
Brown, right? His name?
Yeah, Brown's the receiver that's been very good.
Yeah, my God. And then, was it, the running back, what's his name?
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell, yeah.
Yeah, but he may be hurt.
Oh, really?
By the way, well, he was hurt, and either way, he's going to be hobbled. But he's been working and trying to get back in, is what the coach has been saying. But if he's well, I'll let you make your pick.
Yeah, well, Ravens, Steelers. Fuck, man. I don't want either of these teams to go on to win.
I know these are the
both of these teams have the potential to beat the Patriots. I mean,
right.
Like we were talking right before we recorded that there's lots of teams that can beat the Patriots, but can they beat the Patriots in Foxborough? There's potentially bad weather.
Yeah.
With all the crazy New Englanders screaming and stuff, and I think the Steelers are one of those teams that could probably go up there and take a win from us.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to say the Steelers are going to beat the Ravens. I think they're better than the Ravens right now.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I know, they're obviously in the same division. They played 2 games this season, and each team won. I think the Ravens won the first one by, I think, a large margin. I know the first game was a larger margin. Either way, they each won one of those games. Man, the Ravens, with Steve Smith Jr., I think that adds a new dimension. Obviously, their receiving game, but the loss of Ray Rice and Ray Lewis, I think he kind of offsets that. I don't think they are the team that they were, especially the year that they went to the Super Bowl and won it.
Yeah.
But there's still a good team, a good enough team, and I kind of differ from you. I think that the Ravens would actually be a bigger threat than the Steelers. I think we usually play the Steelers. We rarely lose to them. We don't play them all the time, but when the Patriots play them, they usually win. I mean, of course, they have the potential to get that hot game like they did the 6, but I don't know that they'll do that against the Patriots. Have a pretty solid defense.
Yeah.
As far as this game, I think that rides on Le'Veon Bell. I wish I knew an update with him, but I think either way he's going to be hurt, and I don't think he'll be playing to his potential. So I'm going to go with the Ravens here.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to go Ravens.
All right, well, moving into the Sunday games, the first one we have on the list is the Bengals at the Colts.
Man, this is a pretty good one too. I mean, they're all good. I mean, it's the playoffs, but 11-5 Colts hosting the 10-5-1 Bengals. So Colts have, in the latter part of the season, played very poorly.
Yes, they
it seems like a lot of the time when I'm watching them play, they're not playing very well. But then I hear these stats where they've got more touchdowns and he's got more yards. I mean, obviously, Andrew Luck's a good quarterback, but
yep,
I seem to never catch those, those great plays. But they're hosting, and it's a playoff game. The Bengals, have they won a playoff game at all?
Since like 90-something, right?
I thought they maybe won one of those years, but man.
No.
Can they do it against the Colts? That is the question.
That is the question.
The whole scope of the season, Colts, I think, are a better team. This is the playoffs, so I think they are going to come out and get the W against the Bengals. Colts. I'm going to go.
All right. Interesting about this is it's not a primetime game. It's at 11 in the morning.
Right.
It's the second day of the playoffs, so it's not like, it's the first game. All eyes are on the first game of the playoffs, it's
still a playoff game, but it's not.
Yeah, and the Saturday games start much later in the afternoon, so both of them are
midday.
Yeah, one's midday, one's the evening night game. So this is, it's fairly early morning for football. When the Bengals, man, I don't think they can win a playoff game. I'm gonna have to go with the Colts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Andrew Luck.
History tends to repeat itself. So
yeah, with Andrew Luck, I mean, there's no running game, but the guy can throw the ball. So
rest on his shoulders.
They just have to look out for the interceptions because the Bengals can get some interceptions.
That's true. Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna have to go with the Colts.
All right, last game on what is it? I guess schedule. We'll say Lions.
Wildcard weekend.
Yeah, it's Lions visiting the Cowboys.
Lions and Cowboys. All right. Well, this one's. They still have Sue because he didn't get suspended, as we said. Both these teams are good. I would have to say the Cowboys are better, but they're better on the road.
Right.
You know, they were 8-0 on the road and 4-4 at home.
Right.
So we know people can go in there. Teams like the Giants and anybody can go in there and beat them in the dome. But again, same with the Bengals. It's Romo in the playoffs. You know, he doesn't do very well. And
then again, he usually has a 8-8 season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just been a different season. So
yeah, it has. It's been a magical season for the Cowboys. And the Lions. This has been a good season for the Lions too. They are matching records, and I think the Cowboys have one more win on them. Yeah, 11-5 and 12-4. So, man, this is a tough one. Is the Romo coaster going to stay up top and not dip down, or?
It will eventually, I think. Just I don't know, but just
yeah. This game, I like Matthew Stafford. You know, they got Megatron against Des Bryant. So I mean, that's going to be a good.
Des Bryant, by the way, I saw a stat a couple days ago. Had the graphic, the two of them side by side, and Des Bryant has way more catches, way more yards for over the first 50 games. I mean, they were talking about how he catches a lot more slants and really close throws, but the Megatron's more of a deep threat. But I thought that was kind of interesting. Because obviously Megatron's hailed as the greatest receiver hands down. And Des Bryant. I mean, he's also a big idiot. Always running his mouth. So that's how I was gonna.
Yeah, Des Bryant. He's a big guy, a strong guy, and a fast guy.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like once he got the ball in his hands, it's like you better
he's gone,
tackle him like quick and a good tackle because he's just gonna brush you off and keep running.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I don't know. This is a tough game because I like the Lions and I don't like the Cowboys. So I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboys for the win at home.
Yeah, I mean Sue. Obviously, keeping Sue, that was big. I mean, without Sue, I would say hands down, there's no way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because obviously, oh my God, of course I'm not going to think of his name, but the running back for the Cowboys, the one that.
Oh, Murray.
Marco Murray. Obviously he is the backbone of that team right now.
Yeah.
In that game, he had a broken hand. He came out and lit it up for them. So, which was last week, right?
Yep.
Obviously they did very well. So. Oh man, I mean, we mentioned with Romo in the playoffs. I think that is big. I mean, he's kind of overcome adversity all season. All these things that normally he doesn't do. He's kind of not done his normal interception at the end of the game type of thing.
Exactly.
I want it to end so badly that my will is going to alter this game and the Lions are going to win. And
Nice.
I'm going to go Lions.
Yeah, I forgot to say that the Cowboys, with Marco Murray, they can run the ball all day long.
Right.
But the Lions have the best run defense.
That was the thing, and that was where Sue came in, right? That was what I was kind of trying to segue into, and I kind of forgot. But right, that was why it was so important. And if Sue hadn't come back, then there's no way I could have picked the Lions. But as much as I hate Sue, I mean, what a dirty asshole stepping on Aaron Rodgers,
I know, like he knew he was there.
Yeah.
He knew he was
clearly. I mean, you're not stepping on a pocket of air that's solid. Suddenly, you're stepping on a.
It's not like a tree branch, that you're stepping on. Like it's somebody's foot or leg or something.
Right.
So yeah, he knew. And listen to the sports radio. Like a lot of people are saying, like he knew, not only that he was stepping on Aaron Rodgers, but he was stepping on Aaron Rodgers' already hurt leg.
Right.
He's like, well, I don't know. I mean, because he is looking the other way. I'm not sure if he knew which leg he was stepping on.
His job is to go get the quarterback. You know what I mean? He knew he was in the vicinity. He knows where the quarterback is.
Yeah, like I believe that he knew that he was stepping on Aaron Rodgers, but I'm not sure if he knew it was the already hurt leg.
Right. That's true. probably was hoping.
Yeah,
he managed to luck out.
Yeah, he was probably hoping that it was, but I'm not sure if he absolutely knew, like, yes, this is his hurt leg already, as he's stepped on it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a dirty play. I mean, that sucks. But I mean, he does give the Lions a much better chance, and I hope the Lions win, but I think the Cowboys are going to win.
Yeah, part of me does agree with you, but I don't know. I think honestly, I think the Lions might pull it out. I mean, they've been good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Cowboys have been really, really good though. I mean, they're kind of the team to beat. I mean, they're like top 4. I mean, I think probably Green Bay might beat them. Well, this might be a pick later, so maybe I shouldn't talk about it. But they're top 3 in the NFC. We'll say that.
Yeah. Well, those are our picks for Wildcard Weekend Part 1. Tune in next week when we discuss the winners of this Wildcard Week and who they play next week, because as of right now, we don't know who plays who or who plays whom. But anyway, until then, we are your hosts, Movie Master Mike.
And Boston Boy.
All right, see you next time.
Fuck the Jets.
Yeah, fuck the Giants.